Welcome back to Virtual Reality. My name is Thomas and you're watching VoodooDE VR. Today I prepared a video of the 10 things that I expect from upcoming VR games. We know that the current VR games mostly have some problems like different controller settings or stuff, or movement is wrong or whatever. And in this video I show you my expectations about the upcoming VR games. You can find everything about VR and AR on this channel thanks to my sponsors VoodooDE VR, Opperman Events, Peter Wasmer, Andy DeFelster, VR Ambassador, Virtual Escape and Adams Group. If you after the video can confirm that what I said, then give me a thumbs up, and if you have other things that you expect from upcoming VR games, please write it in the comments below. Let's have some fun with the video and let's go!
VoodooDE.
Okay guys, and now let's check out the list that I prepared. So first I want to say I think I played around over 1000 VR games, and I have to say there's a lot of crap and bullshit and stuff. We have to be honest here. So this is why I made this list. Let's begin. So the first thing is innovative ideas. We don't need the next wave shooter. We have thousands of wave shooters just standing there. There's a zombie, psh, there's a zombie. Psh. We don't need that. Nobody wants that. We have enough of that. We need cool ideas, like for example, Beat Saber is a cool idea, Pistol Whip is a cool idea, or even Super Hot, where everything only moves when you move yourself, or the gravity gloves from Half-Life Alyx. These are cool ideas, not the next wave shooter. This is the first thing. The second thing is selectable controls. In many games we only have teleport or we only have smooth locomotion, but in every game we need the decision what we want. So there has to be teleport with different options like this vignette stuff for people that get motion sick, and also smooth locomotion with different options. For example, for the turning around, we need a snap turn in different degrees, and also smooth turn where we have to go smooth around. And also when we look at the controls, the compatibility. It doesn't make sense when I play a game on the Valve Index with the Index controllers and the thumbstick left and right is for snap turn, and when I play the same game with the Windows Mixed Reality controller, the same thumbstick is for changing the weapons or stuff. It must be standard. Everything must be standard. The key assignment must be the same on all the VR controllers, and that would be great. I don't want to assign thousands of keys for every single game. It must be standard. That would be great. The next thing on number 3, so this is not a list that is in anything sorted or whatever, it's just a random list, okay? The third thing is atmospheric and detailed worlds that you can dive into. So with that I mean that the developers really think about the environment. It must be very detailed, a very cool, very friendly world where you can really dive into. I don't want a sterile environment just with one flat texture and there is a tree and there is the same tree just copied there, and this is not immersive. We really need a cool environment where we can dive into, and this is important for every game, even for a racing simulation. When you don't see any details beside the track, it just kills the immersion. So we need an atmospheric and detailed world. The next thing is immersive graphics, good graphics and physics interaction, good physics interaction. I mean, of course, a game can be very good with bad graphics, but if you have a really cool and realistic graphics, it even gives a plus into the immersion, you know. I don't like this bad graphics and physics interaction glitches. So I played a lot of games where we have something like a shelf or whatever, and then we place a virtual item there and it glitches through all the stuff. And then we lost the item. This is the case in so many VR games. So they have to fix the physics interaction and better graphics. That would be very important. Then the next thing on number 5 is support of accessories. So what does it's not worth when I have a $800 haptic vest when it's not supported by the games. So every game should support all the accessories like haptic vests, full body tracking, or even weapons that we can put a Vive tracker on it. That would be great. For example, think about in Half-Life Alyx, there's a head crab on the ground and you can just kick it. That would be great. So this should be supported by all the games. That would be great. Optional, of course. Then number 6 is reducing of motion sickness. We can do this by having a good performance. That means a high frame rate. If you have a low frame rate, we could get motion sick by that. And the next thing is that the developers should not implement extreme scenes. I experienced, for example, when you stand on a moving platform in VR, artificial movement, then you could get motion sick. And they should not use these scenes, or at least have an option in the menu where you can skip, or where these scenes are skipped automatically. That would be great. Reducing of motion sickness. Number 7, very important, longer game time. I mean, I would say most of the VR games are only 30 minutes to 2 hours maximum. So we can call it mini games, casual games, or experiences. We have enough of that. We don't need more mini games. We need AAA games. A good example is, of course, Half-Life Alyx. I would say the game time of Half-Life Alyx is fine. So I would expect that more games from this length will be developed. I know it's very hard for the devs, but we need that. Number 8 is immersive user interface. So a very good example of a good and immersive VR-like user interface is the game The Gallery. You know that? It's an adventure game. It's very old. It's one of the first VR games. And we had a backpack that we can pull to the front. And then we had all the items here. You can grab one and use one. And this is an immersive user interface that is especially made for VR. A bad user interface is, for example, in Fallout VR or Skyrim VR, where we just have a mouse pointer and there is an item and we click a button and then it lands in our inventory. This is not an immersive user interface. Also, if you have to read text and stuff. So they should do user interfaces that are made for VR. The next thing, number 9. Different languages. I know for the people from United States, Canada and UK, they don't care about that because all the VR games are in English. But what if I come from Spain or from France or like me from Germany? It's very hard for some people to understand that, and so they need to activate the subtitles. And reading subtitles in VR kills the immersion. I mean, when I walk around here, I don't see a text flying in my view. That doesn't make sense. It kills the immersion. So we need more different languages, spoken languages, audio languages in the game. That would be really awesome. I know it's hard because, for example, the German community is not as big as the English-speaking community. Sometimes it doesn't make sense for the developers, but it would be really, really great. The last thing, number 10, cross-platform development and compatibility. What do I mean? So if my friend has an Oculus Quest and I have a PlayStation VR and another friend has, for example, a special headset like the X-Tal or whatever, and I want to play together with all of them in the same game. That would be really great if that would be possible with all the VR games. Also, there should be no exclusivity. That means if Sony or Oculus pays the developers $2 million to have a time exclusivity for 1 year. Of course, for the developers it's cool because of the money, but for the gamers it sucks. I want to play every game on every headset, and that would be really great. Also, if we could play all together. A good example is Ubisoft. They made games that we can play on all headsets and even together, like for example Star Trek Bridge Crew. This would be really great. That were the 10 points, but I want to say a number 11, but that's my personal focus. Only for me, I would like more games in nature where I can just experience the nature, walk through a wood or whatever, without stress and action. We have enough games where we can shoot people and shoot and shoot and shoot. I want a game that is not stressful, without action, just cool environment, nature. That would be my personal focus. I don't want to say that I don't like shooters. Of course, I love to play Onward, Pavlov, but we need a difference now. or I need something different now. So, all in all, the 10 points, guys. If you think about it, there is one game that does nearly everything right. And this game is called Half-Life Alyx. I think there's only 2 things that this game is not compatible with my list. And this is a full body tracking and cross-platform. We cannot play it on Oculus Quest standalone or not on PlayStation VR, but everything else is there. So Half-Life Alyx is a very good example of a nearly perfect VR game. So the developers should focus on that. I know it's very hard to compete with Half-Life Alyx. It's nearly impossible, but at least please try that. If we only have games like Half-Life Alyx, VR would already be in mainstream. So guys, now the question is, what do you think about these points? Do you confirm that? Or do you think this guy is insane or whatever? Or do you miss a point? Please write it in the comments below, that would be awesome. However, there are already really cool VR games that I can recommend. I made a video about this, the currently best VR games in my opinion. You will find it in the info cards now, in the first pinned comment and in the description. Check it out, there are really cool games. So guys, if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to support me and get behind the scenes videos, just $1 per month via Patreon or YouTube membership. Thank you so much for watching and see you next time in virtual reality. See ya!
VoodooDE